Okay, here is the door in the locked position, and you see that Phillips screw there. It misses the button. When you reach inside, grab the door handle and unlock it, the first position, click, unlocks it, but the button still doesn't work on the outside. So what you have to do is give the handle on the inside a push to unlock it. When you do that, as you can see, it lines up now, and you can push the door to unlock it. I don't know if that's the way it's meant to be. I would have thought once you've unlocked it on the inside, the outside button should work, but it appears not. I mean, and I have no problem with unlocking it from the inside properly, and then being able to access the car by pushing the button on the outside. It is really rather strange. Any of you out there with Mark IIs? Does yours do the same thing? Whoops. So there it is, locked. As you can see, you push the button, it misses the mechanism, so it can't open. And then click. There it is, unlocked, but still the outside button doesn't quite hit it. So then you give it a little tug down again, and the button hits it. I'll let you know what I find out when I get the lock mechanism for the other side. Okay, as you are all painfully aware, I'm having to replace the water pump. And I've got Evans coolant in my car, and it's something like $64 a gallon. So I'm not wasting it, am I? I'm putting it back in. What you're staring at is my hose reliever. There's a proper name for it, but that ain't it. Anyway, so I undone the clamp on the bottom hose and put in the reliever. In other words, it just creates a gap between the hose and the body of the radiator. The purpose of that means that you unstick the hose so you can pull the hose off. Well, I stuck that in there, and all of a sudden it starts to drain. So, as previously mentioned, this shit's expensive. It's liquid gold, and it starts to flow out. So I thought, well, why struggle? I'll just leave the bloody thing to go, even if it takes 3 hours. It's worth it to me. Yeah. So that is now draining away. As soon as it's done, then I may well start removing bits. I was going to remove the radiator. I'm still undecided. Reason being, the bolts to get the radiator to line up are a real pig. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. I may try and do the water pump with the radiator in position. Again, we will see and you will know. Yeah, I know, you've seen this 100 times. I just wanted to prove that I am actually doing shit. This is the old pump. Now I'm going to take it out. Doesn't appear to have been leaking from the top hole, just the bottom one. Even though I followed, which I don't like doing, I must admit, I followed the instructions implicitly from S&G Barrett. So this baby's coming out. I'm going to put in the XK's Unlimited pump. I then have a number of bodies that I'm going to be selling, just in case somebody wants them. What will be interesting is when I put this next to the XK's Unlimited pump, will be the distance here from that flat surface to this surface, or this surface, whichever I decide to measure on. Because as I've mentioned a million times before, and I've told my wife don't exaggerate 10 million times, The XK's, no, sorry, rewind. The S&G Barrett rebuild kit shaft is shorter than it should be. I am now curious to see how true that is, and I will show you, I promise. Yep, here they are, both out on the bench. I've got to take the pipe off the back of this one. You can see that this one was pressed on fully, this one isn't. On the back, what have we got? Beautiful pump with a fucked up gasket. Gonna take that one out, get this hose off. On this one, nothing to do. Now I've got to clean up the block again. Oh, God. Can you tell I'm frustrated, huh? Alright, I'll take this out, I'll take that out, I'll take the hose off. I'm not going to clean up this gasket. And then I'm going to measure and see how this compares to this before I put the fucker in. Hang on a second, I'm just trying to give you a view here. Now, obviously I'm not measuring this. This is just looking at it. See the gap there? What do you reckon? 1/4 of an inch-ish? Something like that. Look on this one. 1/4 of an inch-ish. That's interesting, isn't it? That could mean that the kit you get from S&G Barrett is the biggest amount of crap that I think it is. And you have to fuck with it. I will save my cursing of S&G Barrett until I'm sure. Okay, getting the new pump ready. I've cleaned up the 2 washers. I decided they're going to be better than those little rubber rings there. I just think they'll just squash and I won't get a seal. I think it was Peter White that said, you know, be careful with the threads because they looked different, and he is correct. The thread is slightly off. These I somehow don't think are real brass, purely by the weight. I think they've just been painted that colour. This one, they've actually made it a taper thread. God knows why, or maybe it's just poor manufacture, but it's tapered. I'm going to cover these threads in water pump sealant and the washers and get these tightened into here. Yeah, I know you've seen this 100 times, but it's work I'm doing, so I thought I'd show you once again when it's done. Okie dokie, the new pump is installed. I'll show you that in a minute. I'm sure you're really interested in it. One thing I promised to do before I put it in, which I didn't do, but I did it afterwards, was measure the distance from this flat surface here to the back of the flange. I measured it and it was 8 things, whatever they are. I don't know what they are, you know, 8 things. So I measured it on the new pump and it's 8 things as well. Those 8 things translate to a proper measurement of 3 1/8. And that's exactly what it is. Now, do note, this pump, this POS pump, this is the one I this is the one I used the rebuild kit on that leaked like a piece of shit. And you will also note that the flange is not fully on, whereas the new one is. the XK's Unlimited one, which is Moss now, sadly. Whereas this is the rebuild kit from S&G Barrett. My guess here, and I could be wrong, not only have they fucked up with the length of this shaft, but because of measurements, they fucked up with the depth that the pieces go in here, which is why it fucking well leaks. Do I know this for a fact? Nope, can't say I do. Not done any scientific experiments, not going to waste any more of my life on this crap. So, when the salesman says, oh, well, yeah, but don't worry, don't press it on far enough, or too far, or whatever, because it's 10 millimeters or whatever that stupid measurement stuff is. But I can look now, which is really rather sad, in here, and I can see there's a gap. Oh shit, I wish I could show you that. I wonder if I can. Let me see if I can get the camera to... hang on a second, please bear with me. Here goes. Who goes, guys? Hang on, I gotta switch the way the camera looks and what it looks at. And let's see if I can do it. Hang on. This is not easy. Hang on. Just bear with me. Bear with. Sorry guys, you're just going to have to put up with this shit. If I can get this fucking thing to focus, it'll be great. It's focusing on the base, not on what I want it to focus on. Gimbal, endpoints reached. I don't care. Do what I fucking want, you stupid asshole piece of shit. Gimbal reached. Ah, got it. There. See the gap? Can you see that gap? That, I would put money, is where the fucking water's coming out. Can I prove it? No, not going to try. But I lay odds that shouldn't be like that. Probably because the shaft has been machined poorly with Chinesium crap. Oh well. Let's hope the new one doesn't leak. You will get a report. Oh God, yeah, I know you've seen this view a million times. Oh, by the way, if anybody needs their water pump changed, I can do it in 30 seconds now. I've done it so many fucking times, it's a joke. Right. Just beginning to put the hoses back in. Don't forget the one at the back there for the heater. This one, obviously, that feeds the manifold. What else have we got here? Oh, yes. Yes. Classic. I'd painted this, hadn't I? No, of course, I've got the holes all covered up in paint, so got to tap them out. Well, clear the thread anyway. What is next after that? Put that pulley on, put the fan belt on, adjust the tension, then put the radiator in. Now, like this bolt is done up tight at the moment, and obviously the reason I did that is so that I could get the gasket to seal properly whilst it sets overnight. Yes, overnight. There you go. Let me see, what else have I got to do today? Get the radiator in, get the fan, hang on, get the fan on, get the fan belt on, get the radiator in, connect up the radiator hoses, and fill it full of Evans coolant. And then see if it starts. Well, I know it will start, but see how much it leaks. Oh, please, God, no. So, don't believe in God, so that's fuck me. All right. Oh, let me just show you one more thing. Now, You probably all know I have a Dodge truck. So I bought a new heater control because my heater control's fucked. Simple as that. So this is it, and it's a, pro rebuild, professionally rebuilt. I thought, great, I'm paying more for it, but it's great. It's professionally rebuilt. No, it's not. It was removed from a truck. They didn't clean it. They didn't do anything to it. I mean, rebuilt? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, and it arrived broken too. This little thing here. Oh, hang on, sorry. This thing here, which is one of the guiding pins for the vacuum lines, that was sheared off. Yeah, you don't always get what you pay for. I was kind of hoping that because I went for a pro rebuild one, which ended up at $135, as opposed to $50 from perhaps someone like me who happened to have a vehicle that they've taken apart. Yeah, probably the last time I will ever use this company. We'll see if it works when I put it in. I am not holding my breath. Worst case scenario, I got to get all my money back. What a fucking joke. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to show you guys that, guess what? It's not just Jaguars, is it, that gets fucked? Yeah. All right, old pump, yeah, I don't care about you. Go away. Oh, and this, again, I know, not part of the Mark II Jaguar. This is part of my repair on the dash of my Dodge truck. And that may look like a bit of a Heath Robertson thingy, and it is. But because my vehicle lives in Arizona, all the plastic on it is so fucking brittle. You touch it, you look at it in the wrong way, and it snaps. So I'm trying to do some repairs so at least I can put the dash back together in some kind of semblance of order. Will I show it in another video? I might do, but I'm not going to put money on that. All right, that's enough crap. Let's get back to Mark II stuff. All right, I know you've seen this a million times, but it's still beautiful. The radiator is back in, all the pipes are connected back up. I have refilled the system with Evans. My next job is to start her up, and once she's gone through her silly loping stuff that she does, and I'm still wondering if that's something to do with the starting carburetor. I mean, I can hear the starting carburetor suck, which of course it would do, but the car goes between 500 to 1,000 RPM until the starting carburetor cuts out, and then she settles beautifully, probably around 750, which is where it should settle. Now, I still haven't done the timing. You know, in other words, I haven't set it perfectly. I've just got it so that it runs. I still haven't balanced the carburetors. So, you know, there's still things that I've got to do in order to make her run sweet. I was just kind of fed up with chasing this water pump thing, and it's like, well, there's one thing at a time, Gary. Get it fucking well done. That's what I've done. Hopefully now, at least the water pump won't leak. If I've still got a leak from the back, that's fine. I'll deal with that later. Well, I've got a 7-pound pressure cap, which I probably, in all honesty, don't need, but there you go. Oh, and it's crooked. I don't like that. See, I'd rather that these were kind of here and here, and however, it locks where it locks. Nothing I can do about that. I ain't going to unsolder it, unweld it, and re-weld it, because I can't weld in aluminium. Right, let's fire the baby up and see. Alright, I wasn't going to do this, but I am, obviously, because that's what I just said. I'm going to start this up on camera, and you'll be able to hear the way it, I want to say struggles, but you must remember I haven't set the timing, I haven't balanced the carbs. It's just curious to me. This will also be a test to see if I have any leaks other than the ones I already thought I had. And I'm hoping, boy am I hoping, that if there is any leaks, the only one I've got is at the back of the engine. Now I know that's kind of weird, but that's purely because I've just spent money and time fitting the third fucking water pump. Yeah, and you'd be surprised, water pumps can fuck. Alright, it's me. You don't like it? Fuck off. Well, let's do it. Let's set you up on a tripod, get started, and see what I can see. But first, I will look underneath the car to see if any coolant is just dripping out. Okay, underneath the car here, as you can obviously tell, laying on my back, so the voice may be a little strange, stranger than it normally is. I'm trying to look to see if I can see, if I can see. Now I've got what appears to be, say wet, but that could just be with me fucking around with everything. I mean, there's wet here, but that's where I was bleeding the clutch master slave cylinder. These dribbles here, I don't know. The leaks that I did have would appear on here, on the bell housing. These here, who knows what the fuck they are. That could be just anything. Now I do see a little drip here, and again that could be that rear core plug, it could be the cylinder head, it could be a leaky heater pipe, who knows. Alright, so now, just for shits and giggles, let's fire this baby up. So you can hear that, and then maybe I'll crawl under here again to show you any leaks that I have, and I am expecting leaks. And when I say I'm expecting leaks, that has got nothing to do with the Welsh people. Although I must admit I do like a nice leek in my stew. Oh, roasted leeks. Oh, roasted parsnips. Sorry, off on a tangent. Bye-bye. Okay, let's go for it. It must be insane. Excuse me. You will start. How dare you not? It's a little shaky. I had to tickle it, as you heard. Saw. Give it a moment. 0.91. Maybe the alternator's fucked. Great, I bought an alternator that's no fucking good. That can explain why I've got the light on the back. Now I've got to go buy another fucking alternator. Oh, what a surprise! I bought something from eBay that's no fucking use. I am so sick and tired of having to buy crap. That's it, you can now be quiet. Now listen to her. Doesn't she sound good? I got a couple of little wriggly rattles in there, but nothing terrible. Let's see where she's idling. Probably about 800. Let's go around her bottom, just so you can hear the noise back there. Now I guess I'm gonna have to, oh shit, I didn't shut the door between the garage and the house. I notice it's been shut. That means I'm in trouble again. I tell you what, considering I haven't done the timing or the carburetor balance, that ain't fucking bad. Would you just listen to that? Wow. I'm impressed with me. What do you guys think? Leave comments, please. Do the thumbs up thingy, because apparently that gets me money. God, would you just listen to that? Oh, I can't wait to take this for a drive. It's been a long time coming. That's what my wife said last night. In my fucking dreams. Alright, go get out of that garage. Go do some shit. Okay, as promised, I'm under the car. Yeah, the engine's running. Hey, you never would have guessed, would you? I'll tell you what I don't like is the fucking noise from the gearbox. Really? I guess we'll have to see how that goes. Alright, what do we see? Anything or nothing? Well, I don't see anything yet. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's hard to tell where that's coming from, that noise. It really does sound like the gearbox. I think I may have to send this clip to the gearbox people and see what they think. Of course they'll deny everything. And without driving it, how am I going to know? Shit, maybe the gears won't work. Well, that's something I'll find out in the next video, because as promised, I will take this for a drive up and down my driveway, assuming the brakes and everything else works. Yeah. Alright, that's enough. Let's move on.